it's spring break. A lot of kids in our area, they're off this week, so they're enjoying great weather for the most part out there. But let's talk about those most sought after spring break locations in the U.S., okay? So Roaming the USA actually put out a list of the top U.S. destinations for spring break a bit ago. We want to take a look and see if you agree with these destinations.
Okay, after we say these, guys, we got to be thinking. I want to talk about our favorite spring break destinations that we ever went.
Absolutely. But the first one, according to this, is Mount Zion National Park in Utah. They say months of spring breaks are some of the most favorable times to visit because the crowds of the summer have not swarmed in full force yet. So it's a beautiful location. Number 2, this may surprise you, Dallas, Texas. Because of the murals, they're very Instagrammable.
Yeah, that one doesn't really surprise me, just because I love Dallas. I guess since it's so close to us, we don't really see it as much of a destination, but I feel like other people, like, that really is a good vacation spot because they have Six Flags. They have, you can go visit the Star, you can go, you know, there's so many different things there that you can go and see. Okay, number 3, this one surprised me, Seattle, Washington. I guess it's because of the coffee house culture and city highlights, so coffee lovers. This one's for you.
Yep.
Number 4, New Orleans, Louisiana. That one doesn't surprise me. There's a lot. It's typically warm there. And 2, you've got a lot of people that might go there for a few days to go hop on a cruise ship because it is a port.
It's a port, yeah.
And so I wonder if that kind of ties into that. And of course, the history and the food. Number 5, Outer Banks, North Carolina.
There you go.
Because of the string of islands off the coast of North Carolina. And I wonder how much the show Outer Banks kind of contributed to that, because I think it became a much more popular destination when that show came out.
So when you're going through your checklist of things that you need for your spring vacation, is Instagrammable? That's something that we have to check off
I think
nowadays?
it is these days because
No,
you have so many,
not at all.
especially like college, high school students. They're trying to become those influencers, make a little money on the side. And so, hey, it might help some people pay for college. So they're trying to go and find the places where they can get that cool content.
I want a picture perfect vacation, right? Like, I want to go somewhere that looks really good.
You want
maybe
people to
I'm
know
the
how
only
good
one
that
here,
vacation
but when
is.
I go to my vacation, the phone is going off and I'm not taking any photos. It's you're enjoying your time. You're not going there to hold your phone in front of the places you're going to see.
But
I
how
want
are
to
you
see
going
that
to
place.
remember?
That went viral at the Masters a couple years ago. Everybody had their phone out taking a picture of Tiger Woods.
No, the
except for
Masters,
one
they're not allowed
guy.
to have their phone.
One guy
I
was
saw that
watching
photo.
the
It wasn't
actual
the
golf.
Masters, though. Masters, they can't even have
Which
phones.
tournament was it?
I don't know, but Masters, they can't have phones. They have to live in the moment. They put their phones in a bag, and they, like, check them in up front.
But still. Put your phones away.
I get it. I get it.
Maybe take them out just to take a few good pictures.
That's what I do. I take
like
the
that.
pictures and then I post when I get home, right? So you can really, you don't want to spend all that time picking out the perfect picture to post.
That's true.
You can do that later.
I get it, Stephen.
We get it. You're on to something.
Okay, AAA has their own list of top destinations in the U.S. for spring break. It looks a bit different, okay? Orlando, Miami, no surprise there.
This
Couple
seems
cities
more like
in Florida. Yeah.
This is like the typical, I feel like. Atlanta, Georgia, though. That one did surprise me a little bit on the list. New York City, Honolulu, Hawaii, those don't surprise me at all.
I went to New York last year, and what a great place to be. Everything is in the city.
Everything. And there's so much sightseeing to do. You can do the history, you can do the modern, you can shop. I mean, you really can do everything in New York. It's kind of like a one-stop shop. Internationally, Rome, number 1, followed by London and Paris. That makes complete sense. I feel like those are your history, fun places, kind of the same as New York, one-stop shop.
Yeah, but I wonder how many people actually get, because Rome, London, Paris, those are expensive destinations, right?
Also a
Is it a wish list? Is it a go-to?
That's a long flight. Like, you're...
How many hours?
8 hours. When we went to Rome, it was an 8-hour flight. And so, I mean, that's 2 of your vacation days right there just to fly over. But it said Honolulu, Hawaii was one of those destinations. A flight to Rome out of our airport here at XNA is actually cheaper than a flight to Hawaii.
Yeah, approximately less than 1,000, more than 1,000.
I think we got them for like 700 round trip.
Okay.
That's not bad.
But I think that's some planning though, right?
Oh yeah, we watched those flights. Like, you can't just get on there and book it for that. We watched those flights for months and months and months.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, one of them that did surprise me that we talked about was Dallas, Texas, right? I mean, I guess like you said, if you're not from here, but if you are, I mean, I guess that's not somewhere I would go, I don't think.
Well, I feel like spring break, those are your domestic trips. You're staying in the country for this one. That's why you got all the way down that list, and then we finally got to Rome's, Paris's, and everything like that. Everything else, you're staying instead. You only got 1 week. Kiddos going back to school the next week. you wait for the summer, and then you're going to international places.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's when it's also super busy. So I can see all of it. I wonder too if Rome was affected this year by it being the year of Jubilee. Just because there's all those festivities and stuff happening, because that only happens every 25 years. But before we move on, favorite spring break destination you ever went to?
Like the Ozarks. That was my family's trip every summer.
love that.
Because you don't have much time, because my mom was a teacher too, so you only got the 1 week off. So you just got to make a quick trip. That was a 3-hour drive for us, and then we're back home, back to reality by the next week.
Yeah. So what did you do there? I mean, besides swimming and like
Like the
things-
Ozarks, is boating, going out to the strip out there where all the games are and little shops, and just fun family time out there.
Isn't that the best? Like when you're younger, just remembering like those little trips to like camping and to the lake. Like those are the best times. I remember those over any like fancy vacation we ever took.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Well, because I feel like those were the most intentional times. Sometimes on those fancy vacations, it's like you got to make the most of it. You got to do one thing after another, and then you get home and you're exhausted because Disney World trip, some of my favorite memories growing up, but it's just boom, boom, boom,
Tired.
boom, boom, and you get back and you're exhausted. You're not rested at all.
I feel like that's my husband to a T, because if we take a trip, he has to have everything planned from top to bottom. He wants an itinerary. He doesn't want to, deviate from that.
Good for him.
And if we do, it makes him a little nervous and anxious,
I
right?
mean, I get it. You're paying all that money to be there, right? And so you want to see every single thing while you can. You want to make the most of it. But at the same time, you're exhausted.
I mean, I feel like I'm on the other end of that. I don't want to schedule anything. I don't want to buy tickets in advance. I don't want to plan it. I just kind of want to go and then, see where it takes us.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the middle. I like some things planned, but I also like that free time where you can kind of just explore, walk around, figure out what you want to do, or rest if you want to do that.
Okay, give me 3 top ideas. Let's put that, on the maybe list and see if we get there. I like that.
Oh, yeah, I like it. That's good.
But yeah,
That's
I think
good.
my favorite was New York. See, I've also been to Alaska around that time. Maybe, mine isn't the typical beachy type setting, but
But people already got their plans made for spring break
Yeah.
already. They're looking forward to Easter now.
yeah, definitely so. Okay, let's talk about Easter for a second, because we have a luxury fashion brand's latest collection, which is sweet enough to eat. Take a look at this right here. Louis Vuitton has teamed up with pastry chef Maxime Frederic.
Yeah, they're creating limited edition Easter chocolates. Now, I do hear that there is a bag involved with these as well.
Little tiny bags. You'll see those here in just a minute, right there. But it has, the signature Louis Vuitton. Looks like a zipper. They're like little egg purses. There it is, right there, right? And these are really, really expensive. How much you think?
Over
So here's the problem.
$1,000.
Here's the problem. You can get a Hershey's bar or one of the this time of year, just the rabbit, the chocolate bunny for Easter,
Yeah.
versus spending $1,000.
Well, you could
more.
go and get the
more.
nicest chocolates in the world for about $100.
If you're going
right
to
here.
Louis Vuitton, you're more than likely already know what you're getting. You got the money set aside. You've been saving up for who knows how long. You're not throwing a chocolate on top of that just to head out there.
Here's
Right.
the deal. If I was ever in the market to buy a Louis Vuitton purse, don't know if that will ever happen. I'm not buying one shaped like an Easter egg. Like if you're spending thousands of dollars on a bag, I'm not picking one that you can carry 2 months out of the year. Like this is one I can carry every single
For
day.
the rest of my life, I'm not going to eat it in 5 minutes and be done with it.
Yeah, that just hurts.
That does hurt, but it is kind of pretty, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think it's cute. I just want to like pop one of those in my mouth, but it's like, oh, $1,000 gone, $2,000 gone, $3,000 gone, that whole box, right?
That really hurts me. But hey, if you can do it, good for you. And please report back on how they are.
Absolutely. Okay, you can pick them up now at stores in Paris, Shanghai, Singapore, and New York. So, I mean, not around here.
But if you're going to New York for spring break,
You pick one up.
stop by.
Then you get
Right.
a bag, then you get a little chocolate, and then you get to go home and
You're
not
out of
have any
money.
money left in your bank account.
Right.
So hopefully you have that planned ahead of time before you head out there and spend it all at the Louis Vuitton store, which may be your plan, but you may be looking to get clothes or purses or something like that, and then you see the chocolate and say, maybe I don't need the purse this time. I'll just go for the
Yeah,
chocolate.
you
And
gotta
it does
pick
look
your
good
battles.
if you do want to get this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about spring a little bit more, because that
Yeah.
is the big story this week. All those kids out. We've been talking about the weather, and I've said today that, the dogwoods out there, which are an invasive type species, most people tell you that, but the white blooms on the dogwood trees, I find so beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful. You got the cross on there as well, but I think it's the Bradford pear trees,
It's
isn't
the
it?
Is that
smell,
too?
though.
Yeah.
It's those that bloom almost seems quicker, and then you can know that they're blooming because you can smell it from a mile away.
From
Yeah.
inside, they look fantastic
They look
looking
great.
out the window.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that wind last week,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're hoping this week we could get rid of a little bit about that because I mean, I was blown away with all that
was
wind.
terrible.
Was that not irritating, all of that wind?
It was awful.
It was.
Your
So-
hopes of having a good hair day were out the window.
Yeah, the win last week was definitely the headline. I think this week, you got both headlines here. The first half of the week, not too bad. We're going to see some sunshine. We're going to see some warmer air. But then you've got those rain chances towards the end of that forecast. So today, Tuesday, Wednesday, really not too bad. You got a mix of mid to upper 70s, some sunshine out there. But then once we get towards the end of the week, that's when we have some rain chances back into the forecast. Multiple different rounds. I don't think anything is widespread washout for our weekend plans. But the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting Saturday night going into Sunday for the chances of some isolated thunderstorms. Of course, now that we're in the season, of course, that's what we're going to be talking about more and more. Across the river valley looks like this, upper 70s, low 80s. Next couple of days, really not too bad out there. And those rain chances towards the end of the 7-day forecast. Like Friday, have a few scattered showers. And then Saturday night going into Sunday, that's when we could have some thunderstorms back into the forecast. Of course, we just had severe weather awareness week a couple weeks back. This is getting into the time of the season. Also, I wish we had photos of this, but they're on our social media platforms as well. Finally done with the storm spotter trainings put on by the National Weather Service. Bentonville and Fort Smith showing out. Those were some big crowds going out to those storm spotter trainings. So it was a lot. It was good.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so we're hoping for better days ahead here, looking springish type weather. Spring has definitely sprung. We're waiting on something better. And our first show of the Daily Brew.
It's over.
And
Can you
that's
believe it
it.
already? Flew by. Time
It did.
flies when you're having fun.
We hope you got a little bit of something fun out of it. You have something to go out there and talk to people about today. And we'll see you right back here
On the Daily Brew tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us.